Ladies, sometimes your worst enemy can be the weather. Hard to say which one is more annoying. You're catching cold and you're single. Or you're catching cold and you have a boo, but your boo is far away. Oh. Wahala for single people though. Alele. I know as a single person, you're used to holding on to your pillows and duvets, bed sheets and all. I can relate, I understand that feeling. Can no kwa. But not anymore. That's why I'm singing this special one for people that are going through this situation. Ogadema. All you gotta do is, if you're catching cold, just listen to the walking aphrodisiac, the quencher of inner fires, the clito whisperer, woo, the kinkidim bim bim, one of Mpumalanga Kingdom. Anakokwa keba.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. We have a live show today. Welcome to Matter of Prestige. My name is Ola, coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios mobile. I'm on the road, okay? So, hopefully, our internet behaves all the way through today. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys have been doing well. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy new week. I wish you guys the best of the week. We're going to be very quick today. We just want to cover a quick story. Today we're going to cover Toni and Taye Niger's story, their wedding story. We're going to look at some stuff. Another beautiful wedding that happened over the past 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know when it happened, but they released a bunch of videos, and we're going to review some of those, and then of course as usual extract some lessons. Of course, what we do here is we extract life and relationship lessons from trendy topics, and we tackle them from self-power, social seduction, attraction, and emotional intelligence. You can download my books absolutely for free. The books are available for free at manofprestige.com when you do join the marriage bootcamp. It's for marriage-minded people at any status. It's only $97 to come with the free books. It comes with one-time free consultation. All right. Welcome back. Shout out to all the sponsors this month. We're at $68.31. The goal is $109. We're just trying to beat last month. That's all. And this is up from $62 last time. You can basically support the platform at any time using the like button. Use it, the $sign right next to the chat. You can share, you can subscribe, you can turn up your notifications so you're notified when you go live. You can also use some of this information right here if you prefer Zelle, Cash App, PayPal. You can see all the information right there on the screen. It's always scrolling through the screen. Without any further ado, we're going to jump into the conversation today. We have some trendy stories around the world. I will be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Welcome back. We're talking about Akon. How many of you guys remember Akon? Remember Locked Up, Won't Let Me Out? That song, right? Long time ago. Oh my God, I can't believe that song is that long ago. The way I look at Akon is like he just came out yesterday. Akon is a 52-year-old American artist, Senegalese American singer, songwriter, rapper, producer. So why are we talking about him today? There's a report that came out that the wife, Tamika Thame, she filed for divorce 4 days before their 29th wedding anniversary. Now, for me, looking at this story is a little bit confusing because I'm like, wait, what? I thought it was a polygamist. I didn't know polygamists go through divorce. It's just not, it's just weird, I didn't know that polygamists have to go through divorce. I thought everything polygamy is official, but not really. As in, like, you can leave, you can go and come as you will, but apparently she, looks like she was official. But I don't know, I feel like I saw some reports that it was a polygamist. But anyway, let me just read this to you guys. It's straight from Instablog Niger. It says, Akon's wife, Tamika Thame, files for divorce 4 days before their 29th wedding anniversary. Tamika Thayam, the wife of Senegalese American musician Akon, has filed for divorce just 4 days before what would have marked their 29th wedding anniversary. According to court documents obtained by People, Thayam submitted the filing on Thursday, September 11th, on September 11th, 4 days, citing irreconcilable differences. One of the top most 3 reasons why people file for divorce: infidelity, finances, and irreconcilable differences. She did not specify an exact date of separation, but confirmed that the couple shares a 17-year-old daughter, Johnny. Thayam is seeking joint legal custody of Johnny while requesting primary physical custody, with visitation rights granted to Akon, 52 years old. She also asked for spousal support, but urged the court not to grant the singer any support from her. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Akon is a rich guy. At least that's what we think. Akon, who has long spoken openly about his belief in polygamy, revealed in 2022 interview on the ZZ Mills show that he has 9 children. At the time, he described polygamy as an integral part of the African heritage. And I quote, "For me, it looks normal because it's culture for us." He said, "The flaw that the Western world made is they created all these rules without putting nature into account." Interesting. Okay. The smack that and the don't matter hit maker emphasized that while he may not always be present for holidays and school events, he remains committed to supporting his children and his mothers and their mothers. "My job is to raise my kids, to be responsible, to be understanding, and to protect their mother." He explained, adding that technology allows him to stay connected daily. Interesting. How was that for a absentee father? In 2023, artist Amira claimed she was one of Akon's 4 wives. Okay. Noting that the women live in separate households across Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Africa. She described their arrangement as cultural rather than manipulative, saying every woman wants to be the only one. And it's okay, but this is our culture. You either accept it or you don't. All right, so that's what's up. So again, I'm not sure how and why she would need to file for divorce if it was polygamy all along. All right, let's keep going. I'm looking at some comments here. Some comments on that post on Instablog that just says, "Doesn't he have like 5 wives? She don't try." Okay. Akon is a red flag. With my Nigeria people here. Akon is a red flag. Okay. All right. So now that statement that he made earlier on, making polygamy about culture in this time and age, is only going to come from an African that's raised overseas. Not true, but an African that's raised overseas also tend to fantasize about polygamy as part of our culture. So let me say, it's better to say that way, because there are people that were not raised overseas that still talk that way. But an African that's raised overseas that don't really have an integral connection with the culture outside of what they see growing up, but when you actually lived in the society, you have certain things carry different level of meaning. And I don't think Akon is that guy. Akon has spent a lot of time, let's be clear, in Africa, a lot of traveling time in Africa in the past 1 or 2 decades. There's no question about that. But there's something to when you live there, especially in your development years. You won't see polygamy. You won't just put polygamy on a pedestal unless there's an agenda. An agenda like you just want to have your cake and eat it too. It's okay to do polygamy, just only with your full chest. Don't blame it on the culture. The reality is that the culture has shifted in so many ways in the last few decades. And I doubt if someone like Akon would know that. All right. Now, in Senegalese, it's slightly different from Nigeria. In Senegal, it might be slightly different from Nigeria. I'm speaking from a Nigerian standpoint. Just a disclaimer, okay? But there are also Yoruba Nigerians, who talk the same way that Akon would talk, because they're fantasizing about polygamy as an integral part of the culture because their grandfather had 6 wives like me. It is no longer an integral part of the culture. It is a part of the culture. It was a lot more part of the culture a couple of generations ago. We're not going to pretend like it's still the same way. No, it is not still the same way. Okay, so even the average dude don't want polygamy. Some of them are traumatized by polygamy and they don't want any part of it. I bet an Akon or a Nigerian version of Akon might not know that. Anyway, I love round figures. Why not just wait 1 extra year because of the 29 years? You see, the other thing I wanted to point out here is that, God knows why she stayed that long. Some people have been separated for a whole decade, and it is what it is, And yeah, some people have been separated for that long, and I heard a new one today on TikTok. Somebody said married but single. They said children raised by married but single mothers are the worst. Listen to that one. See, people say children raised by single mothers are the worst. This lady said no, children raised by married but single ladies are the worst. Wow. Anyway, it's boosts everywhere, generalizations everywhere. Somebody said after 30 years, Omar, no way I'm letting you go. Yeah, that's an Nigerian person. She arranged this all along. It was her retirement plan. Okay, this world is ending soon. Now, woman calls him. You never see anything yet. You never see anything yet. Oh my God. Excuse me. Let's see what else. Somebody said, with this pattern, in the next 100 to 200 years, them fit ban marriage or lie. So they'll just ban marriage. They'll ban marriage, but they won't ban knocking. If they are not banning knocking, they're not banning marriage. Forget that thing. Okay, if they're not banning they're not going to ban marriage. Know this and know peace. Okay, people have that's one thing that the developed world has given us, the free will to decide to marry or not. I know they're not going to put expiration dates on marriage anytime soon. Anything is possible, but it's not enough people that would want to do that. In this life, marry many wives. That's somebody's advice. Somebody said, I did see some. Hold on one second. Somebody said, I did see some men as weakling. I never turn billionaire self. I get rules, not to talk of make I get Akon kind of money. I no fit kneel down propose to any woman for this life, and I no fit ever do marriage. I just like whiskey kind thing. Me and you knows we're married. And we know we love each other. Let's build together and have kids. Anything that passes that one, they go your papa house. No be by force. A whole Akon go they let one Amajiri use marriage wine arm. See, this is the problem. He's fantasizing about whiskey that right now. I bet just about 2 months ago, somebody was fantasizing about Akon. I'll bet you. Oh my show. Anyway. Welcome. Who is there? Abby, welcome. Toby and Tribe, welcome. Is Akon a polygamist? That's what he claimed. But now somebody has filed divorce on top of his head. Who knows? Anyway, join the conversation in the chat. Hit like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Let's move on to some other stories. I'll be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
So how many of you remember this guy from a few years ago? The story of Umar Farouk Umar Abdulmutallab, the underwear bomber. You guys remember this from a few years ago? All right, really what I want to extract here is this lesson I want to extract here is about absentee fathers. So for all the fathers out there, I just want you to pay attention. And all the people fantasizing about polygamy, I want you to pay attention too. You see that young man behind the bars over there? Yeah, he's been behind the bar for a second, for a quick couple of years. I don't know. But I'm about to read the story to you so we can truly see what's going on here. But this happened a few years back. Well, actually not a few years back. This might have been around 2004, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'll get the date in a second. Okay. But he was a guy who bought a ticket out of, was it Accra? And he was flying into Detroit. Yes, Natu, you remember. Exactly. Natu, good to see you. Yep. So he was also the son of a prominent Nigerian man. And yeah. You know, some people say, when you grow older, your children will look for you. You know, as long as, what did Akon say? Akon said, I'm there for my children because of technology. I support all my children. Even though he spread his seeds across multiple households in Atlanta and Los Angeles and Africa. You know, some of these men, they're not, Akon wasn't that guy, you know. Even some of our forefathers were not that guy. It's just that, you know, society allows men to get away with certain things, but only for a period, right? And this kind of stories are starting to tell on us. Okay. So let me read this to you guys. So the underwear bomber, the story of a 23-year-old suicide bomber, Umar Farouk Abdulmutallab. This week in crime history, we revisit one of the most shocking cases the world has ever witnessed. How could a 23-year-old boy summon the will to tie himself up, let me just read it, blow himself up along with 289 innocent passengers on board a plane? It remains a chilling question. This is not just a Nigerian story, but a global crime that shocked the entire world. So grab your popcorn as we unfold this week's crime story, because weekends are for crime stories. I want to say a quick shout out to this page. You go check out this page, History Lovers on Instagram. It's called History Lovers on Instagram. So they post, if you're interested in Nigerian history and things like that, go check them out. All right, so they said he was born in Lagos on December 22, 1986. So that means by next year he will be 40. In the wealthy cradle of Nigeria, the youngest of 16 children of Alhaji Umaru Mutallab, a man once described as one of the richest men in Africa. His father was no ordinary man. Former Federal Commissioner for Economic Development, former chairman of First Bank, a man who built mosque in his hometown of Funtua, Katsina State, and who moved with the ease of power across the corridors of Abuja, London, and Jeddah. His mother, Aisha, came from Yemen, a land that would later play a haunting role in her son's destiny. To the outside world, the Mutallab family was privileged, respected, and an emblem of the Nigerian elite. To those who knew Umar Farouk as a boy, he was quiet, brilliant, and more pious than most of his peers. As a child, he attended Essence International School in Kaduna, a place where his classmates remembered him as polite, studious, and strangely distant. When other boys played football, he often pulled away. Okay, so there were signs of social awkwardness from a long time ago, from the beginning. Choosing the company of books or sometimes solitude, he grew more devout in his teenage years, and with devoutness came a creeping disdain for his father's world. Interest-bearing banking. I think Muslims don't like interest, getting paid off of interest. I think I remember that from a long time ago, my early days in real estate. Wealth built on systems he built violated Islam seemed to him a stain. So instead of interest, they prefer profit sharing. They prefer equity, building equity, and equity sharing. They just don't want. I don't know why. I haven't really dug in, but I think Islam it's against their rule to get paid off of interest. He would one day urge his father to quit his profession, shocking a man who had spent his life at the pinnacle of finance. Yet his father dismissed it as a youthful zeal. At the British School of Lomé in Togo, Farouk was known to love PlayStation and basketball, but something within him was already hardening. By the time he was a young man, his search for purity led him to Yemen, where he studied Arabic and attended lectures at Imam University, a place infamous for breeding radical thoughts. For the 2004-2005 academic year, he lived in Sana'a, drinking in not just language but ideology, in a region where whispers of jihad moved like wind through desert alleys. Then came London. In 2005, Farouk arrived at University College London to study mechanical engineering and business finance. London was cosmopolitan, dazzling, a place where young men of wealth were meant to lose themselves in the city's rhythms, but Farouk moved differently. He became president of the Islamic Society, organizing conferences, leading political debates, even donning on orange jumpsuits to protest Guantanamo Bay detentions. Some who knew him then said he was moderate, articulate, a man of conviction. But beneath that exterior, a shadow deepened. Trips with the Islamic Society included martial arts, training, and paintball sessions, where speakers hinted at martyrdom and paradise. British intelligence later admitted that he had crossed their radar, that he was in touch with extremists. Yet, like smoke slipping through fingers, he vanished each time. By 21, he wanted marriage. His family refused, insisting he first complete a master's degree. That rejection perhaps pushed him further inward. By 2008, after graduation, he had a US visa. He visited Houston and he moved between continents: Nigeria, London, Yemen. We were just on Uncle Benno's show and we were just talking about restrictions with regards to parenting and how dicey it can be and how it can be a very delicate game to play, and you have to really move with lots of wisdom. This would be another example. He wanted to get married. I can understand why he was so young to get married, but it also sounded like the family was a very strict family with strict rules, even though he was moving more in the direction of a strict Islamic value system. Anyway, slowly the line between student and soldier blurred. In Yemen, he was introduced to Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. There he found mentors and handlers who gave him spiritual doubts a violent outlet. Among those whose names would later be linked to him was Anwar al-Awlaki, the radical cleric whose online sermons had inspired many across the globe. December 16, 2009, in Ghana, he paid cash for a ticket from Accra to Detroit via Amsterdam. He was 23 years old. His Nigerian passport bore a valid US tourist visa. How did he get on the aircraft passing through all security? Somebody's asking here. How did he get on an aircraft passing through all security? But let me see if I can find the rest of this. Hold on 1 second, guys. Just give me 1 second. Where's the rest of this thing? Hold on. Hold tight, guys. All right, here we go. Let me see. All right. The plan was simple. Okay, so he has a US tourist valid. The plan was simple, terrifying, and almost foolproof. Smuggle explosives hidden in his underwear, detonate them mid-flight over America, and become a martyr. A martyr. I never know how to pronounce that word. It's martyr for jihad. On December 25, 2009, that's Christmas Day, as the world celebrated Christmas, Flight 253 lifted off from Amsterdam carrying 259 souls. For nearly 8 hours across the Atlantic, Umar sat in silence. No one knew the young man at seat 19A had a 6 inches of PETN, one of the deadliest explosives known, sewing into his undergarment. As the plane approached Detroit, he went to the toilet, stayed there 20 minutes, then returned to his seat. He pulled a blanket over himself and under it began to work with the device. Passengers later recalled faint popping sounds, the smell of chemicals, then suddenly flames. His trouser leg caught fire. Smoke rose in the cabin. Panic spread like lightning. Among the passengers was Jasper Schoringer, a Dutch filmmaker. He lunged at Farouk, dragging him across seats, wrestling as the would-be bomber's thighs and genitals burned from the misfired device. Together with flight attendants, Jasper dosed the fire. Umar Farouk Abdulmutallab, the privileged Nigerian banker's son, was on the ground, subdued, muttering that he had explosives. In those moments, the fate of nearly 300 lives had hinged on a failed detonation. The news broke before the plane even touched down. America had nearly witnessed another September 11. Only this time on Christmas Day, President Barack Obama was briefed. Homeland Security went into chaos. How had this man, reported early by his own father to the U.S. Embassy in Abuja as a possible radical, slipped through? How had intelligence failures allowed him to board? Critics said The system should have lit up like a Christmas tree. Instead, it had failed spectacularly. Umar was taken into custody, first treated for burns to his hands, thigh, and genitals, then moved to federal custody. At first, he talked. He admitted AQAP had trained him and supplied the device. But when read his Miranda rights, he fell silent. Politicians roared in anger, some saying he should have been treated as an enemy combatant. Weeks later, coaxed by relatives flown from Nigeria, he spoke again. His trial became global theater. At first, he had a defense team, then dismissed them, choosing to represent himself. In court, he was calm, sometimes smiling, sometimes distant. Against his lawyer's advice, he pled guilty to all 8 charges: attempted use of a weapon of mass destruction, attempted murder of 289 people, placing a destructive device on an aircraft, possession of explosives. Each carried staggering sentences. On February 16, 2012, in a Detroit federal courtroom, Judge Nancy Edmonds pronounced the words that sealed his fate: 4 consecutive life sentences plus 50 years without parole. In that moment, the 23-year-old son of wealth and promise was condemned to spend the rest of his days inside the harshest prisons in America. Today, Umar Farouk Abdulmutallab is an inmate at the ADX Florence in Colorado, known as the Alcatraz of the Rockies. It is a super max prison designed for the most dangerous terrorists and criminals. He lives in a 7 by 12 foot cell, concrete walls, a single slit window, 23 hours a day in solitary confinement, 1 hour for exercise in a cage. No freedom, no crowds, no more long flights across oceans, only silence, still, and the echoes of what could have been. His story leaves the world in disbelief. How did a young man born into wealth, educated in the world's finest schools, turn into a would-be mass murderer? Was it ideology? Was it loneliness? Was it the slow poison of radical sermons that prey on vulnerable hearts? His father once warned American authorities, reporting his suspicions, yet the world's most powerful intelligence network failed to stop his son until fire burst from his underwear in a crowded airplane. The world remembers him not as Umar, the quiet boy from Kaduna, not as Farouk, the student who loved basketball, but as the underwear bomber. A name that will forever mark history with shock, fear, and tragedy. And now, in the lonely silence of ADX Florence, he lives out his days, a ghost of what might have been, a reminder that sometimes terror does not come from poverty or ignorance, but from conviction twisted into destruction. I'm coming to the chat. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, guys. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Crazy, right? Toby and Try say, hope he has been released. Been a long time. I kind of feel sorry for him. Even when it happened, I knew it was negative influence. He has paid the price for his action, has he? Mataya, thank you, Jerry. Hey Simbi, good to see you, Simbi. Life without parole, 4 consecutive lives without parole. What is consecutive? Is consecutive same time? It's not simultaneous. Consecutive. It has to be back to back to back. He has to have 4 lives to be able to be released ever. Anyway, good to see you, Uncle Patrick. Good to see you, sir. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that again. 16 children, last of 16 children, they said. You know, if you've always fantasized about polygamy and all this kind of stuff, I mean, this is just one extreme story. There are many fine people that came out of polygamy too. But I think more so what I wanted to highlight on this story is an absentee father. The father seemed to be present to the extent that he was already suspecting his child and reporting to the system, but that wasn't good enough. And at a very young age, he was traveling all around. They put him in boarding school in the British school in Lomé, in the UK, traveling around the world as a young person by himself. You know, I don't know. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I will be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, so how many of you saw this video over the last week or so? This viral video, you know. Shout out to Mama 5. I was hanging out with her this morning, earlier on this morning, and we were reviewing how fake some of these skits are being. A lot of fake skits out there. Like, we're talking about the video where the wife put out the knife. The other video we did here already. Go watch the video. We have it in the archive on the YouTube channel. So, you know, this is another skit video about proposals. We've seen quite a few proposal videos over the past few years, right? All right, so here's another one. As I said on Momo 5 show this morning, my first angle is always to extract the lessons based off of what we're seeing, because if it's good acting, it is good acting. It is what it is, right? And if it gets reviewed that is fake later on, hopefully we have time for it. I'll be sure to also mention how you should be careful on what you listen to out there, because some very intriguing stories are designed to push a narrative that can be harmful to the general public. So be careful out there. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. She rejected his proposal because he didn't kneel. So I'm going to play that video and then we'll talk. All right. Hold on 1 second, guys.
Are you still filming? I want to know.
All right, because of the music, I will not be playing the music. You can see the young girl coming in, the young lady rather, coming in, and she's coming into the scenery where there's a stage being set for proposal, right? Oh, lover boy. You can see the way he's holding on to that girl, like dear life. That God have mercy. All right, good to see you, Zeno. Welcome, Zeno. All right, so you can see there's a lot of people filming today. I also learned on Uncle Bendo's platform that a lot of ladies, they don't want this kind of public display of affection. So you can see there's a phone filming them, and there's some other phones on the other hand filming them. You can see the rose petals on the table. I love you, right? Let me see if the music stopped. Let me see. Hopefully the music stopped. Okay, the music didn't stop. So here you go. They brought a cake, and he's about to get on his knees and propose, right? Let's see. Yeah, he's about to propose. He's a lover boy, right? Let's see. Okay, so he's not getting on his knees, though. The girl is saying something. What is she saying?
Yes. Yes. I don't have to do that.
She said, "Get on your knees." The guy said, "I don't have to get on my knees." Let's see again.
I don't have to kneel down.
He's saying, "I don't have to." So they are arguing right now. Okay, they're actively arguing as we speak. Well, as we're watching, they are arguing about getting on their knees, and all those people are filming. Okay, no, there's an argument. Now, my question for you is that, do you think this is the first time they're doing this? Okay, she seems quite passionate about that argument, right? Now, he's standing quite calm, but let's see what he's saying.
You just go down on your knees like other men do. What's your problem?
What's your problem? Oh, she's yelling at the top of her lungs.
Why in public? No, don't tell me that. Nobody told me to kneel down.
Bro, don't tell me that.
They come back here. No, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Okay. Okay, so that's that. My question for you, I have a very simple question for you. Do you think it's the first time they're doing that? Okay, these people are supposedly about to get married. Let me see. There might be another video that I want to play for you. Let me see here. There was a video that this young man posted. Let me see if it's this one. No, not this one, not this one, not this one. Let me see, not this one. Let's see here. Okay, so he's dropped a video. Now, he's gone live since then. Okay, just FYI, he's gone live since then on TikTok, and a bunch of people were giving him advice. And he was asking on a live TikTok, about 300 to 400 people were watching. At that point, I was like, okay, I guess it was a skit. But the people that were watching, majority of them, from what I could see in the chat, believed that it was true. And I guess he had told them, before I stumbled into the live, he had told them a story and basically wondering if he should apologize to the young lady or not. A lot of people, of course, were saying they should, you know, he should apologize to the young lady. Some elderly person came on the stage and said, you know, love is a very dicey thing. Why don't you just talk to each other, love on each other? Because, you know, love is a beautiful thing. You guys can figure it out. And people were advising him, and just advising him. And I was like, interesting. So I decided to go to his page right here. Let's look at it. So I went to his page and then I started looking at what the activities on the page. I'm like, okay, first of all, I look at it. 77,000 followers, influencer, brand promoter, artist, DM, less work. Okay, but let's see what he's saying in this video. Let's see.
Bro, just get your car keys.
No, listen, I don't want any form of peace talk. She has treated, bro, let me tell you, I was live streaming yesterday. There's no form of remorse.
Just get the car key.
No sign of remorse. All I just want is my vehicle. I will take it from her and I will go.
Yes,
I'm not interested in the relation. Everything I've spent on her, every money of mine that she has, she can have it.
She's coming. She's here. She's here.
Wait, okay, yeah, she's here.
He wants to take his car back.
Just get the car keys.
That's all. There's nothing that I'm like
supposed to
stressing
spend
for.
like 5 minutes. Yeah.
She might be thinking I want to go inside Donald's and have talk.
Keep in mind, this was uploaded 5 hours ago. He's following a trail here. He sees that all of us are engaged. Let's see.
Don't let her know you're filming.
It's alright. It's alright. Just the key. Let's go.
Why is he uploading a video 5 hours ago when this went viral some few days ago? He's wearing, is it the same outfit? I wonder if it's the same outfit. Let me see. Oh Lord. Okay. To be fair, it's not the same outfit. It just look alike. It's not the same outfit. All right, so this outfit right here is blue. Let's see, bro.
What's going
All
on,
this
bro?
drama. I'm not like interested in. Hi, what's up?
Why are you acting weird?
Listen, I'm here to.
She said, why are you acting weird? Okay, he tried to open the door and she slammed the door back to open by herself. And then she said, why are you acting weird? Okay.
Just talk to you about some things. I'm not
Are we
going
supposed to do it here?
If you notice, body language is not looking into our eyes, okay? It's not looking into our eyes. It could be one of two things. Maybe he's just that much pissed off at her. He's resenting the embarrassment from a failed proposal, right? But the girl seems to be standing more so on her toes, more so in command, more so in control of that conversation. And he's looking to the side, still very pissed off, as you can see, very angry.
I'm not going inside.
And why is
Listen,
he recording again? What's the this
I want it
recording?
to be on
I want these
record.
things to be on the record.
Why do you
Yes.
want it to be
I
on the
want,
record?
personally, I want you to be on the record
Why you
because
shouting?
initially you're
Why you
taking these
shouting?
things out. No, listen, I don't want issues. All I just want is for you to hand over my car keys. I'm not interested in
I should
anything.
hand over your car keys as once. I don't understand.
So where's the car key, please? We don't have to
Outside,
spend
this
time here.
actually, I
Wait,
just,
What's it?
Victor,
Just-
there's nothing like you telling me
just
to calm down.
calm
I'm not
down.
entering inside, bro.
Where's what's car key?
Give me the car
you guys
keys.
should
I
walk
gave you
behind
the
here.
Car key
Should
for
walk
Victor,
No,
stop. Victor, stop.
So does he own the car or what? What's going on here?
Car key,
I
please.
don't want
He
this.
enter the restaurant. Why are you telling him to enter
I
the
don't want
restaurant?
to listen.
These are all gay students. He wants the car back.
I don't want the restaurant. Just give me my car keys. Let me
Give me
go.
the car key as well. As a man person that you are, you a child.
I don't think Gege said you should go and collect the car keys back. He said you shouldn't have given the car in the first place.
Are you
Guys,
a
Bro,
I
the car
gave-
key
I-
now.
listen,
Let's
guys,
go.
I
Let's
gave
go.
her my. I
Are
gave
you a
her.
baby?
I want my. Listen, just bro, just calm down. Calm down.
Wait, why is there a grown man trying to body harass her in that moment, trying to take something from her? But again, it's a skit. It's not that personal. But just listen, just watch.
Like, okay, this is what you brought your friends to do to
You
me.
know, just gently give me the.
You guys want to beat me up?
Guy, just give me the car key.
Beat me and collect it now. Beat me and collect it.
Guys, I don't know it now. Guys, for just enter inside now.
Bro, I'm not.
All right, so as of right now, this young man has not admitted that this is a skit. I haven't seen it, at least. He has not admitted that it's a skit anywhere. So let's follow the story with him, right? Let's just pretend like we didn't know it's a skit. Somebody said, brother, bless you, take the car. Somebody said, bro, please, with all due respect, please take the car from her. Why? I love this girl, Sha. The women are saying that. So it's another gender war. How do you call it? It's a gender war instigating video. That's what this is. Okay. So there's that video. There's the video of there's this video. So you can see he has 1 million views on this original video right here. So he has some actions going on here. This video here. This video here. There's a video in particular that I was looking for. I'm not sure if I can find it. Let's see here. Let's see. All right, so he has a lot of skit activities going on here. So the funny thing is that majority of people are not coming on this stage to look at it. Okay, now let's not worry about that. Let's go back to the original question. Does it matter if a person ladies, does it matter if they get on their knees or not? Would you care if they get on their knees or not? Shout out to the Chucky here. Maybe me and Abby would do a skit. CBC gigging out with it. Does it matter, ladies? Would you insist? Would you reject a proposal from a boyfriend that you've been dating, someone that you obviously care about? Would you reject a proposal and all because he won't get on his knees? Okay. Would you reject the proposal? The Chucky said, I'd rather leave that car and get my peace. Exactly. It's not worth. If you're already giving her a car, give her a car. You know, it looks like that. This is if it was real life. Okay, that would be the right thing to do. Just if you've given her a car, leave the car alone. The Chucky says she's a red flag. I said it on Uncle Beno's show. Okay, all right. So she's a red flag. She's in control of that relationship. I'm not sure if I can blame her for that. Okay, I'm not sure if there's a need to even blame at all. But we can point it out, right? Shout out to Uncle Beno and Uncle Dayo in the chat. I could see it because Abby mentioned your names. I'm just scrolling through the streets of the chat for a second here. Good to see everybody. All right, so I think getting on your knees is that young man is a lover boy. He should have just gotten on his knees. He should have done that with his full chest. That doesn't take away from his masculinity. You know what takes away from his masculinity? Being in that position to be arguing with his lady in the public. Again, I'm pretending that is real. Some men are actually learning this stuff and they are going to move mad like this. You can see that in the comments. Okay? It's not really about the getting on your knees. It's about something a little bit deeper than that. It's about you being a man and thinking that one piece of action that symbolizes something else beyond masculinity or whatnot. If you thinking that somehow takes away from your masculinity, that's literally feminine energy. Okay, that's feminine, and the body language says it all. And then also that argument, I am willing to bet my monthly livelihood on it. It's not the first time they're engaged in such arguments. Okay, it's not the first time that they will engage in such arguments. They've always had such argument, but sometimes people just continue to pass things along, or maybe he was being the lover boy that he is, and he staged the whole proposal to finally get this girl to submission. How did that work out, right? It didn't work out because he was still trying. You can see he was forcing himself to be a masculine guy. He's not a masculine guy. Now, if this is real, let's just follow the trail of story so far, because he has not admitted it's not real. And then you go and do live session and you're asking 400 people to tell you how you should feel, you should apologize or not. Again, that's a telltale sign that he wasn't in control of his situation. You know how we like to be in control? Well, You want to not be in control? Try to be in control. It's crazy, right? Outside of your self-work, right? So he tried the staging a proposal, but he wanted to just stand up there and not, and not do it the way it's done. First of all, if you want to be a traditional man, there's no need for a proposal. Just find a girl that will be okay with Netflix and chill. I mentioned that earlier today on Uncle Ben's show. A man that will be okay with Netflix and say, hey, I think you're my wife. Oh, you're my wife? Yeah, I need to go meet your dad. I need to go meet your dad. That's how we proposed back in the days. Yes, when can we come and see your dad? No, I want to bring my uncle, I want to bring my father to come and see your dad. That's the proposal right there. If you want to do the Oyibo stuff and then you want to do the Oyibo stuff half-ass, that's literally feminine energy with respect to the idea of trying to keep your masculinity. Confusion. Sibi say, how can he go all the way and not kneel down? Yeah. Sis Toby, the romance is incomplete without the kneeling. No. Let me see. The talkie said, wait, MOP, let me ask, with the current stance from equality from women, should women now need to propose these days? We don't compete with women. That's my answer to that. I let women do what they do best. They follow us. Either we like it or not. Either they like it or not. It's not a decision. Okay, if you compete with them, they will beat you at it because they multiply everything you do. You can't win that game. The best thing to do is to be a man. So it's very hard for me to answer that question because when it comes to romantic relationships, equality is cancelled out. Like cancel. Okay? Family rubo. It's over. There's no the equality was not a thing. And it can never be a thing. If anybody is talking about it, it's because they're already inside of it's because they're inside of Poto Poto already. Kneeling down is not the problem. So long as the proposal feels romantic and sweet, don't mind. You know what? You are very right, Toby and Tribe. But the issue is that the girl can feel it. The girl knew that something is off. Like, why are you doing this pride nonsense? This is not even you. Just get them kneel and do the right food. The girl could tell that he wasn't being himself. That's what that was, in my opinion. Shout out to Uncle Patrick. Says, proposal procession. What is doing well? Get on your knees, boy. Exactly, sir. Just do. If you already went that far, you're doing Oyibo stuff. Just do the Oyibo stuff, okay? She will respect you. TP, what you want is respect. She will respect you more so. Some people are just disconnected from their objective. When they look at small little nuances, things that Gege might tell them or Andrew Tate told them, but they're disconnected from the end. What do you want? What's your end objective? Okay. Now, your overall behavior means being yourself, being sure of yourself. There's nothing more masculine than that, than being sure of yourself. Okay, and everything else, if you do, no matter what Andrew Tate and Gege told you, if you do it and she can smell it that you're not sure of yourself, you will still collect, of course.
Sorry.
The guy is acting as if he's doing her a favor. Yeah. So once you enter that competition zone, even if a woman is doing it, you have a lot of power as a man. Even if a woman is playing the competition thing with you, you do have a lot of power as a man to simply maintain your frame, maintain your masculine frame. She will yield. If you don't know how to maintain your frame, she will try to teach you. She will actually try to teach you if you don't know what you're doing. It's not just that woman that will try to teach you. If you don't know what you're doing, your mother will try to teach you as a grown man. Okay? But it doesn't end up well, And that's all I can see about that. So, all everybody say, oh yeah, you can apologize. Such a love story. It's not, whatever, I think that man is not sure of himself. I think he needs to go back to the drawing table. What about the lady? I just told you, they follow regardless. They're following. It doesn't matter what they say. We're listening beyond what they say. We're listening to what they mean as men. We're not making assumptions. We're just looking at their actions. Okay, there's no assumptions here. So a young man, be yourself. If you're an Oyibo butter kid, be yourself. Focus on being yourself, the better version of yourself. Stop copying nonsense from people that claim to be doing culture. Stop copying all that nonsense. If it's not you, we can tell. Okay, you see how as I did, you see how dark skin I am. If I enter Nigeria like this, they think I'm Oyibo. It's not the skin they're looking at. There's something. They could just. I used to think I could just whip in like an Owo accent, Owo dialect, Akure dialect, because I can actually speak Akure dialect. But they know. They just know. I don't know how they know, but they know. It's like me here trying to form Oyibo here too. They know that I have Niger accent. So you are kind of stuck in between. If you live between the years, it is what it is. Accept it, deal with it. This is real life. So if you're an Oyibo boy, butter boy, just be a butter boy with your full masculine frame. Stop trying to do African culture nonsense. Okay, because you see what just happened? You get disrespected by your girl in front of the future. Again, it went viral because we can relate, because it is happening to some people. People try to form what they're not, and then on top, they collect.
Sorry.
All right, please help me, Okubeno. Please help me tell them. Please hit the like button. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Okay, we're always trying to ginger the algorithm. There's a lot of content coming on. If you want us to keep winning, you have to keep hitting the like button. Okay, there's more content than there are what do you call them, viewers. Okay, both of them can't make a good couple. It's better the way the proposal went. I can see the guy to be immature, absolutely, Uncle Dayo, and the lady is overbearing. If they married, the marriage will be volatile. Do you see how beautiful, how romantic it was in the beginning? People want that to end good so badly. Sibi said Gege is a finished man self. Of course. Nobody talks like Gege unless they don't collect Shiggy from a woman.
Sorry.
Alright. The guy is acting as if he's doing Anyway, let's move on to the main story of the day. Let me know what you think. If you're watching this as a replay gang, kneel down or not kneel down? Would you have rejected if it's kneel down? As a man, would you ever kneel down? Abi, you never ever kneel down. Why? Because Andrew Tate says you should never ever. Not Andrew Tate, sorry. Who is our own culture, African culture man? I don't know. Somebody who has been teaching to never kneel down. Say never kneel down for a woman. Someone like Uncle Pete Edochie said you should never kneel down for a man. Uncle Pete Edochie forgot that he raised his kids a little bit different from the way he was raised. He forgot. So we should just pretend that these people are not butter people. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Let's move on to Toni Tone and Taye. We'll be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Welcome back. Power of words, manifestation. How Toni Tone tweeted her husband into reality. Let's talk about this. For those of you that are UK people, all the UK people in the house, you guys might know who Toni Tone is. Toni Tone is an not the Toni Tone, not that one. We're talking about Toni. Her name is Toni Tone. She's a young lady author. I'm not sure what she writes about that. I'm not sure if it's her real name is Toni Omotola Adenle. Adenle. There you go, Adenle. I mean, if I go by this, the marks on the name. Known professionally as Toni Tone, a British Nigerian author and content creator. Okay, so I stumbled onto her and her husband, and now husband, from the past few days when they were on a podcast or something like that, So then over the last few weeks, concurrently as they were releasing all the Otedola pictures and all the videos, they were also releasing their own videos. So I thought their pictures were quite beautiful, And I actually want to highlight this type of things more for all the people that are looking forward to a good marriage. Okay. Because marriage is truly beautiful, right? If you get it right, if you marry the right person, if you do the work. Okay. I don't know these people, so I don't know if they've done the work. Okay. I don't know if they've done the work. I would only hope so. They do sound on their podcast like they've done a lot of work. Now, a lot of work is a little bit different from when you have to leave it. You know, you have to leave compromise, forgiveness. You have to leave with a person that you love so much, but you resent them at the same time. It sounds weird, but there are momentary moments like that. It's not overall. Overall, it's a good time. When you get it right, overall, you'll be having a good time. But you see, those negative moments can absolutely, it's an experience. So the moment, a negative moment of experience can actually swallow all of the positive good times. That's how powerful negative moments are. Okay. So, and that's why I wanted to highlight this today. Now, the thing that I actually wanted to highlight was something that she said. These are some of those Gen Z generation type people that come up very, very intentional. They know all the theoretical stuff there is to know about marriage, and they are ready to do this the right way. Okay. And of course, I want to continue to applaud that. Okay, that's a big deal. That somebody is being intentional about marriage, because oftentimes we've seen too many people and you want to like, did you guys even did you have a conversation about this thing called marriage before you get started? Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. I had a happy finger. So according to this post on Instablog Nigeria, it says Power of Words. Author Toni reviews how a 2022 tweet manifested her husband into reality. All right, before we get into that, I want us to go through some of the videos that they've posted. Hold on one second. There you go. All right, so just going to her page. Beautiful, beautiful picture. Now, hands down, you know what? I'll leave it to you guys. Somebody said on the internet, we now always compare. Why not they compare Davido to Mr. Isis? To now this guy, his name is Taye. It's called Taye Niger on Instagram. It's a Yoruba boy apparently, and he also creates his own content, very funny skits and stuff like that. So, but this is some of their pictures. Looks almost like one of the pictures from Mr. Easy. You know, let's see here. Is that music? Oh, she got a new podcast now. So, of course.
Oh yeah, Toni baby, oh yeah, oh my yeah, oh yeah, Toni baby, oh yeah, Tayori amore, oh see oh Toni baby, oh yeah, oh my yeah, oh yeah, oh see oh yeah, Toni baby, oh yeah.
All right, so some of you don't know that song. Oh God, if you don't know that song, you're in Oyo. All right, so again, I have a question here. How much money are people spending on these weddings these days? This is a full-blown production. How much money are people spending on this? All right. Okay, so just some other stuff here. Okay, let's see what this is.
Really nice things.
All right, so beautiful, right? Beautiful wedding. So again, the reason why I pulled this up was because of this. So she said, she tweeted something a while back. Okay, it looks like it was tweeted in 2022. I've met my future husband. Guys, I'm going to retweet this tweet one day and quote, I knew it. Because, yeah, I knew it, but God did it. So now she's retweeting it some day later. So I'm guessing it was probably Twitter back then. So, of course, Nigerian people are in the chat, say, hey guys, I've got my dream big girl job. I'm going to quote this tweet someday. Okay, so somebody is saying girl job has completed somebody's wedding. Okay, all right, continue. I have won millions of souls to Christ. I have reached and influenced nations through prayers and purpose. I'm going to quote this comment and say, I knew it, but God did it. I guess it's inspirational, right? So we say, I'm now a billionaire, guys. I'm coming to this comment to say, I knew it. Congratulations to latest billionaire in the world. Okay, somebody said, my book will make me a millionaire. I'm going to quote this comment and say, I knew it. I have found my husband. Congratulate me. This one said, no, let me claim mine. I'm not going to pretend. So I said, hey guys, I just opened my dream cake studio. I'm going to quote this comment soon by His grace. Amen. So I said, emphasis on God did it. Because it's one thing to know, but the major thing is God making it manifest. Somebody at least read between the lines there, right? I've something my business registered. I've gotten my business registered and well recognized. I'm going to quote this soon. Okay, so Nigerian people have turned it to prophecy galore, as you can expect. So they're all trolling. Okay, oh, I wouldn't troll with this kind of stuff anyway, but maybe they don't care. Maybe they don't care, right? So I understand. It's just again, I thought it was a beautiful thing. But she posted a video that I thought I should also play. Let me find it. Hold on 1 second. Okay, here you go. So she posted like a collage of videos that actually, I think it elaborates a little bit more on the thing here. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. So if you look at this, it's like a collage of what do you call it? Screenshots from like a WhatsApp message. I'm here for it. I can legit see you two together. So some Marie Lachman said that I messaged my girls last year about a guy on Instagram that was just my type. I guess that was the tweet you guys are looking at, right? And then she says, same, laugh my ass out. Let's see what else.
Just my type. Little did I know, he'd been sharing my content on his page for over 2 years.
All right, little did I know he had been sharing my content on his page. I think I heard this on one of their podcasts. The guy had been sharing her content. So they are content creators, okay? On his page for over 2 years. Pray that people reveal their full selves to you before you commit in a way that is hard to. So she posted that, right? Reading stories about men and women who dealt with their partners switching up on them immediately after they got married is worrying and scary. And then he retweeted, he said, amen, so that you won't have to say they changed. Okay.
I followed him back.
I followed him back, and eventually he asked for my number. Laugh my ass out. I'm therefore celebrating. Okay, so she shared these screenshots with her girls, basically, right? Okay, we fell in love over FaceTime. This is all romantic, isn't it? Right? It's beautiful. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's see here. He flew from America to London for me, and I was so psyched to finally meet him. And of course, our connection was even better in person. Seems like a fun guy, right? Shout out to Abby overlooking the, what was it, London Isle? It was Valentine's week, and he planned lots for us to do, including a private pod at the London Eye. Okay, it wasn't London Isle. I'm just saying that it's London Eye for the first time. Me, I need to take my wife there, you know. London Eye, that's what Abby meant earlier. Everything was better than I even imagined. With the sun, is it the sunset or sunrise? Which one? Oh, so beautiful. We went to a lot of dinners and even hit the club together. Some of you cannot go to the club, but let's continue. Okay, I loved how comfortable we felt around each other. It's like I had known him forever. Okay.
Long story.
Long story short, your dream person might live in another country. Okay, so don't allow your boyfriend in the country where you live to stop you from meeting the love of your life. Long story short. Let me see. 30,000 pounds max. I'm guessing is that the cost of wedding these days? Okay. I don't think that wedding is 30,000. I don't think that wedding is 30,000 pounds. I think that wedding is probably a lot more. But let's go to Taye's page. Let's see what he's up to. I wish them the best. Wish them the best. Let's see. This is Taye's page. I guess some more wedding stuff here. A lot of dancing. All right, nice. Let's see. Same. Okay, that's him and his boys. Okay. All right. He seems very young, Sha. Let's see. So I want to go to some of his skits. He does like comedic stuff. Let me see if I can find some of them. There's a lot of wedding stuff, a lot of outfits too. So back in the days we had, what was it, 3 outfits? It just seems like there's a whole lot more right now. Look at this right here. Oh, love in Tokyo, Toni, and Taye. I don't know if he calls it Taye or Tay. Some people call themselves Tay around here. So, all right. So let's look at this one.
This is how hard I'm gonna flex on you guys. Check this out.
Jubilee has done one good thing. Jubilee finally allowed us to put a face behind those wild controversial takes. Those private accounts, Reddit user anonymous type of accounts. Mediasan asked the guy, when it comes to soldiers, children in the head, is it not the sniper's fault? 5 times the person couldn't say no.
He must be the sniper.
There's no hope. Which leads to my point that some of these guys would rather support the most wildest take than to admit something is wrong.
Yes!
They are willing to be seen as the worst of people just so that they don't agree that their point is wrong.
Somebody's 9 months.
More examples of that is the girl who said that naturalized people are not citizens.
Implied.
Yet her parents were immigrants who became citizens. But in that moment, she was willing to say that her parents are not really citizens just so that he can be wrong. Her own parents!
Here's how I knew that there is no hope.
Tell us.
There's a guy that said that people are Native American. And they all gave him a round of applause in Delulu together.
Secular Delulu.
Leads to point number 2. Words didn't have meaning to them.
I understand everybody will never have the same opinion, but at some point people should question themselves. Are you willing to be considered worse than a bad person just because you want to be right?
That bad?
You will forever associate those people
Individually.
to those takes.
Forever.
Very well done. You try to help them see reason, but it's okay. I blame Jubilee. I told you. Jubilee.
That's my big
President. CEO. Share.
Chief Entanglement.
All right, so that's the kind of content that he does. Again, congratulations to them. I thought it was beautiful. Manifesting is not enough, just so you know. After you manifest, then you have to meet the person, and then you actually have to do the work. Then you also have to manage conflicts. Yes, conflicts will happen in real life, no matter how close you guys are. But before we worry about any of that, make sure you have a good time. Make sure you celebrate. Make sure you celebrate your wedding day, especially you ladies. Make sure you have a really good time. See, that memory is going to follow you around for a long time. It's very, very important. Also, I want us to continue to highlight this kind of stories more. People are still getting married. That's the reality. So if you find yourself in certain echo chambers that continue to reiterate how marriage is a scam, just ask yourself, just remind yourself, ask yourself again, what do you mean? This is you asking yourself, what do you mean? People are still getting married. Just ask yourself that question. Be okay. Sometimes if you end up in the echo chamber, be okay with standing out and saying, no, I choose to be sane. Okay? I choose to be sane. Now, nobody chooses to be insane. I'm just saying. Sometimes, like he said, some people just feel the need to be right. They just want to be right. They'd rather be right than to actually achieve their full objective. Red flags, don't be a walking red flag. That's my advice for you. Okay? Don't be a walking red flag. Avoid being the walking red flag. Focus on that. If you focus on that, the rest of it have a tendency to take care of itself. People who are walking red flags, they're not going to be comfortable around you. That's the bottom line. And then it will feel like a lot of fun. Okay? It will feel like a lot of fun. All right, so thank you so much, everybody. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Uncle Patrick says social media is just medium of meeting. You still have to do the work in the physical, real life, relationship, and commitment. Exactly, sir. Do the work. Do the work sound like a broken record, but what I'm trying to tell you is that you're your own worst enemy oftentimes. There's a way you've been raised. There's some ideologies. There's a mindset that is not necessarily beneficial to you all the time, right? Particularly in specific cases. So you want to keep an open mind, right? If you find yourself in a result that you're like, that's not the result I'm looking. Instead of arguing with your destiny and saying, no, the devil is a liar, it's just the enemies and the village people are against me. I'm not saying don't say that, but also in addition to that, ask some more questions. Like say, hey, what else could I have learned? Or what could I learn in this situation? Because no matter what it looks like in your echo chamber, in your circle of influence, there's a bigger world than your circle of influence. If it doesn't look like what you want, oftentimes really what you need to do is change your environment, change your friends. And it's a gradual process, and it can be, it's easier said than done. But with books and all these other materials that are available outside of your algorithms, okay, there's some channels you want to intentionally mark them and be checking back on them. There's some channels that you don't have to mark them. YouTube will present it to you on a silver platter. Usually those channels are negative, okay? They are like your guilty pleasure, right? Places you go just to get entertained. But sometimes entertainment can get blurred into edutainment, and you think you're learning something, but actually you're just enjoying somebody fulfilling your confirmation bias. Okay, the work is hard. Why? Because the result is highly pleasurable. Okay, highly rewarding. The reward is great if you do the work. So work is not a bad thing. Work is a blessing. When we say work, we don't mean it's a scam, it's this prison yard. No, but sometimes momentary moments can make you feel that way when you don't know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, anytime there's a disagreement, you will know exactly what to do. It might be difficult, but it gets easier with time. And all of that starts tick tock, tick tock. It starts at the end of all the wedding events. Thank you guys. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care and God bless.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.